Hello, my name is Laura Nesbitt and this is Katya. Today we will be demonstrating skin fold procedures and using the skin fold caliper to get the different measurements along the body. There are 7 sites that we use normally. Sometimes you can just use 3 depending on the client that you have. And so the 7 sites are chest, mid-axillary, suprailiac, umbilical, then we have tricep, subscap on the back, and then the last one is the thigh. So those are the 7 that we will be demonstrating today. A couple rules for these procedures are we always want to measure on the right side of the body, just to keep it more accurate and all in the same side. When we are measuring, we will usually go through it twice to make sure that the measurements are correct, and to move forward with those measurements, they need to be 1 to 2 millimeters within each other to be able to use those measurements and have those clear measurements. So first, we are going to go through and mark the body for those measurements. We have 2 different types of folds that we do. So we have diagonal and we have vertical. There's different ones throughout the body, but as we go through and mark them up, I will be able to explain those as we go. And for some of them, we need the measuring tape to determine where the fold is going to be. So first, we're going to start off with the chest. I'm going to put it right here at the fold of the armpit. I'm going to use the inches side. I'm going to ask you to place where your nipple is. Thank you. For women, we are going to measure 1/3 of the way, and for men, they will be 1/2. So for this, it's about about 7 inches for her. So that's kind of hard to do 1/3. So we will do a little bit more than 2 right here. And that is a diagonal fold. Then we will move on to mid-ax. Since we're right here, it's easier to get on your knees to do this one. And I'm going to ask you to find the bottom of your sternum. Thank you. And do it. This is also a vertical fold. Oh, this is not also, but it is a vertical fold. And then we'll line it up here. That measurement there. And then we'll move to the back. The other one we will need measuring for is the tricep. So I'm going to place this on the top of our acromion. If you'll hold that. I'm going to take this down all the way to the top of her elbow. So that's about 12, and we're going to go halfway for this one. So I'll do it at about 6. And this is a vertical fold. Then we'll move to the subscap, which is easier to find on females because of our sports bra. So I'm going to pull, if you'll hold that for me, thank you. And if you'll put this hand behind your back, it's easier to find where the scapula is when you're in this position. And this is a diagonal fold. And so you'll find the bottom of this scapula and draw that line diagonally. And then there's your diagonal fold for that one. Then we'll move back to the front and we'll do the suprailiac and the umbilical. So for the suprailiac, you'll ask the client to find their hip, and then from there you'll roll in. So when you find it, you'll roll in, and this is another diagonal fold. So you'll do it diagonally right there. And then for the umbilical, if you'll face me, you're you're gonna use your thumb as a measuring tool on the right side. So you'll measure from the belly button, and you'll make that line and line up with the belly button. And that's another vertical fold. And then the last fold that we have to measure is the thigh. So for this one, you're gonna ask the client to bring up their knee. They're gonna hold the measuring tape in that fold, bring it on down to the top of the knee. That's about 14 inches. You're gonna go half. So I'll bring it to 7, and that's another vertical fold. So now that we have all of the sides marked up, let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have all those marked. We're going to take the skin fold caliper and use this to measure those sides. So some rules for the skin fold caliper: we always have to put the caliper in our right hand and we pinch with our left. That's just because that's how you can easily read the caliper. That's how they're made. So when you're pinching, you're going to come in like airplanes, and you're always going to have your elbows up. And you're going to pinch, thank you for holding that. You're going to pinch above where you marked, so you're able to put the caliper where the mark is. So you're going to get in there, get a good pinch, put the caliper on, wait a couple seconds. You got 26. I'm always going to let go of the caliper first and then let go of her skin so she doesn't get any irritation with that. So I got 26 for that one. We're going to move to the mid-ax. Just move down the line. This one is more invasive for girls because it's right at where the sports bra line is. But for this one, you're going to do the same thing. Get a good pinch in there. Come up with the caliper. Hold it for a couple of seconds. And I got 25 for that one. And then I guess I'll just go ahead and do the super iliac. It doesn't matter what order you do them in, as long as it works for you. So for the super iliac, again, we're going to come in with our pinch arm and with our caliper, get a good pinch in there. 35 for that one. You always have to wait a couple seconds to let it measure out. And if you'll face me, this one's a little bit harder because it's not on the direct side of the body, but you just bring it in, kind of have to cock it up a little bit more, and pinch at the top because it's a vertical fold. And for that one, I got 29. So then we'll move to the back. I'll do the tricep. Tricep is one of the harder ones to do because of all the muscle that is located in the tricep. But there's a trick for that. So first, we're going to grab as much fat as we feel that we are. We're going to grab it. If you'll make a fist punch the ground, and that gets all, you can relax, thank you. That gets all the muscle out of your pinch because we're measuring body fat, not muscle. And then you'll get this pinch, about 30 for that one. And then we'll move to subscap. This one is also difficult for more muscular individuals, but you just gotta get in there. So for this one, you're gonna ask them to hold down your sports bra if it's a female. You just kind of have to dig without hurting the client. And you're gonna measure. I got 37 for that one. And then you can turn back around, do all of these. The last one that we're going to do is the thigh, which can also be difficult because of the muscle that is present. So for this one, it's a vertical fold, so we're going to pinch what we feel like we're pinching, and then they're going to flex their quad. Thank you. It's going to get some of that muscle out. You can relax now. And then we pinch. About 39 for that one. So once you have gotten all your measurements, gone through it once, for a normal procedure, you'll go through it again just to make sure you have the right measurements. You're within 1 to 2 millimeters of the correct measurements. You'll have those measurements, you'll add them up, you'll put them into the body density formula that we have on our chart in our book that's provided. We will assess which folds we use, which sites we use, and use whether they're a man or a woman. We'll put the numbers in. That will give us our body density. And with the body density, we are able to get the percent body fat. And from the percent body fat, we can then find fat-free mass and fat mass. So that's the point of skin folds. They are one of the cheaper and easier ways to measure body comp. But you have to know how to do it. You have to be trained in the skill. So that's it for today. Bye.